Life is an amazing podcast, and it is presented and hosted by myself, Caro, and my sweet dog Sparky. Give it up for him. I hope you're ready. Enjoy. So thank you all back at another episode for Go For Your Life. And I have Vanessa returning. Yay! You were with us a while back, and thank God we stayed in touch. We kind of, I definitely felt you kept me sane a little bit in the coronas.
Oh, thank you.
in the pandemic times, we've connected, thank God, and hopefully soon we can actually see each other in real life. That would be nice. That would be nice.
Soon.
Fingers crossed. So we have a connection from Amsterdam to New Jersey, because that's where you are. And we were just chatting a little bit before I pressed record about how things are in the US now. So you were mentioning there's actually where you are, you no longer, as long as you're vaccinated, you no longer have to wear masks.
Correct. Yeah.
Wow.
So if you're vaccinated, you don't have to mask, you don't have to social distance.
Mm-hmm.
There's still, so everything is at full capacity. They're basically leaving it up to the businesses to make their own decisions. So as of right now, like all the supermarkets and like stores and stuff are still requiring that you mask when you go in there. But other than that, it's kind of like done, which is, because I think like over 1/3 of us are vaccinated at this point.
That was my other question. Like also from what I know,
people are fully vaccinated, and like even more of that, even a higher number, people have their first shot. So I think it's like half of us are fully vaccinated or at least have our first shot covered.
Right. And so do you also feel, or even around you, like people are like less sick now and corona is definitely disappearing a bit? Or
you know what, like I know they're right before, I'm trying to think what the timeline was, maybe like a couple months ago, at the end of winter, it was like around here, all of a sudden everybody had it. Like it went from me knowing no one that had it to like everybody
has it.
Had it, their kids had it, whatever. No one got horribly sick. Thank God. But,
yeah, exactly.
It swept through Monmouth County where I live, like right after the holidays. I think it was just like everybody had it.
Wow.
Because people were like, I have like group privates and stuff. We have little pods that I've been working with, and it was like, oh, so and so's got it. Oh, so-and-so's kids got it. Oh,
Yeah.
So I think like most of us around here are either vaccinated or have had it by now. My sister who lives an hour from here, over Easter, her whole family got it. It's funny like how it is. My mother was with them for the week. It was my nephew who got it from I guess one of his friends or something, and he had symptoms, like he had like a cold, like that's how he felt. My mother and my brother-in-law got nothing, like tested negative, no, like
Crazy,
nothing.
Crazy.
My 2 other nephews got it, but no symptoms. And my sister and my niece got it, and they're still kind of like not great. So they're having like lingering issues. So it's like within the same family, like everybody kind of responded to it differently.
Yeah. Crazy, hey, to see that as well. Yeah. And how is it like for you now? Like from I guess the last time we spoke, it was all just kind of starting. I remember I was in my old apartment. And how are you feeling now? Also, if you compare to then, or even how has it been for you?
In what context?
So how you, like, for example, like even how are you feeling now compared to when it just started? Like what maybe you can share like what has Corona taught you or something in this last year and a half, really?
I'm assuming it's taught everybody a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
right before we got shut down. So, and it was very abrupt, as you know, probably was there. It was just like, oh, everything's fine. Oh shit, everything's closed.
Yeah,
like,
totally. It was so weird.
It was just like
here.
the hammer dropped, and right before the hammer dropped, I was working probably the most that I had worked in, I don't remember how long, like waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning and, teaching on and off all day, not finishing until 9 o'clock at night, like multiple days. And I've worked multiple jobs since I've been 16 years old. You know what I mean? And I've always had to take care of myself. And I never really had like a family parachute that had any money to support me if God forbid. Like there is no God forbid for Vanessa. Like Vanessa worked, like, and it was just really kind of, I've been very lucky with my health. Like I've never been like super sick or anything like that. Like I've gotten injured clearly, like I had a really like a crazy back injury over Christmas, but I don't get sick, I get injured, and that's just like, then we work with our bodies. It's kind of like the way to go, but
comes with it.
It hasn't been like, there hasn't been any extended issue that has kept me out of work until this. And it made me realize that like I didn't need to kill myself all this time. You know what I mean? Like I have everything I need. I don't need to be, I don't need a Prada bag. I don't need, like, you know what I mean? Like as long as, I can cover my bills and maybe like go to the thrift shop every once in a while and get something cute. I can feed myself and my dogs. We have a roof over our head. Like so like the big lesson for me was like, take time to spend with, people that are important to you when you can. You know what I mean? Because it was like this double fold thing. Like you couldn't see people. Yeah. And it's kind of like one of those things, like, you don't want it until you can't have it.
Yeah. Great.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Crazy.
This year has kind of taught me to like, funny enough, like calm the fuck down and just like the yoga teacher learns to calm the fuck down.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
can we teach yoga? Should we be better at this?
Stop killing yourself. Like there's a reason why you're tired all the time. Like I'm not 20, and even when I was 20, like I was never that guy. Like I am very kapha. You know what I mean? Like I am slow. I am moist. I am grounded. I am like not like, like Tigger. I'm not Tigger. I am like, I'm Pooh. I'm not quite Eeyore. Like I'm not a slug, but I'm like Pooh Bear. I'm kind of like, okay, what are we doing, guys? Like, and when I just exhaust my energy, I just like feel like shit, and this made me stop. So even now, as things are getting back to normal-ish, let's say, I'm saying no to a lot of stuff. I'm just like, no, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to pick up all those classes. Like, no, I don't want to wake up that early. Like, no,
Good.
like I'm, at least for the time being, I'm just like taking it easy for myself. And if there comes a point where I am in need of work and I need to pick it up a notch, then I will. Like I've been really, like I said, like how I've been blessed with my health. I've always been blessed with, I've always had a job. Yeah. Like I've never, like even during the pandemic, I still had a job. You know what I mean? Like I knew very well the second that everything was better, like I could immediately go back to it. I've always, the universe has always, taken care of me.
Yeah. And that's a beautiful thing as well, really, what you're saying, right? Because then you can also stress less in a sense. And even what you're saying, like, how good it is that you know for yourself as well, like, let's not go back to what I was doing and let's continue looking after myself. Because I think it's so easy to just go back to, okay, I'm going to work, just as I did before again, because everything's back to normal. Like, I'm glad that you kind of really saw the, the light bulb moments kind of thing, like that's a really good thing.
And I'm like, my one girlfriend said to me once, and it stuck with me, that, I'm at halftime with my life. Like, I just turned 50 this year.
Mm-hmm.
And, that combined with, what's going on in the world and everything, like, I'm looking towards the second half of my life, like, what do I want that to look like?
Mm-hmm.
Do I, I can't physically drain myself like I used to. Like, it's not something that's like sustainable.
No.
And when I get tired, I get cranky. Like, it's just like, I don't want to live in this cranky, tired place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, and that's also that's a really good thing. And because is that something? It's funny. Like, I was asking my boyfriend the other day, because sometimes, I don't know, it's not necessarily fear, but sometimes I just have these like moments of like, oh my God, I'm gonna get older, like, or even or even like with me, because
we all do,
but like kind of, but nearly like semi freakouts, of like, what? Like, I'm not gonna be young forever, kind of thing. Do you, is that part of your life as well? And how do you deal with that?
Lots of moisturizer.
I mean, it was funny because when you just mentioned, like, I'm not 20 anymore. You look like you're 20 though.
Dude, like I've been blessed with good genetics. Like, my mom and my grandma, like, not a lot of wrinkles. Like, really, like, not even a lot of gray hair. Like, my grandmother was like 90-ish when she passed, and all she had was like a skunk.
Wow.
Jet black hair. So I'm fully aware that, like, I have good genes. Like, I'm Puerto Rican, even though I look, my hair, I'm naturally brunette, but, so I have good skin, but it's a daily freak out. Like, I have to explain, like, I could wake up in a cranky mood. I get on a scale, or I look in the mirror, or I'm trying to put these pants on, and I'm like, oh, and it's like this constant, like, talking myself off the ledge, because I've always, and I don't want to say it's harder, it's more challenging for a woman that has my body and my looks have, that's how I've supported myself my whole adult life, So whether I was working in tight outfits in a bar, or like now I teach yoga for the past 2 decades, like, my body has how I look, is going to affect how I make money, so that there's that too. But plus, most of my closest friends are like a decade at least, or 2, some of them younger than me, and I think that helps keep me young too, but it's any woman, like, it's just, it's the nature of the beast, like, we've been we've been raised, no matter where you live, that your body is supposed to look a certain way. This is the ideal. You know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to look like this. You're supposed to have long, lean legs. You're supposed to have big boobs. Like things like shift, depending on like things are shifting now. Like, it's awesome that things are shifting towards like the shape that I am now, which is kind of nice. Like, I'm kind of like big, small, big. And that's the in thing to be right now. So it's kind of working in my favor, which is awesome. But we're always comparing ourselves to something outside, whether it's art, or whether it's, way back when it would be art, right? So, and then it was magazines, and now it's